Good to have you join us on the program Perspective on ITV. My name is Chuka Onhai. Perspective will look on a variety of issues with profiling solutions. Last week we were here on the program. Of course, this week we are back here. 2023 elections, of course, is around the corner. We are doing so many activities lined up, and of course, are happening right now as we talk, as we speak. So many campaigns for different parties happening in various parts of the country. Well, of course, on this program, I will be looking at 2023 election, of course, the leadership quality the Nigerians deserve. With me in the studio to discuss this issue, this is no other than Comrade Adeboye Adebayo. Is the National Director, Media and Publicity, Asiwaju Project Beyond 2023, and also is the Media Public Affairs Director, APC Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council.
Public Affairs Directorate.
Okay, of course, is also the Media Public Affairs Directorate. Is a member. Is also a member Public Affairs Directorate, APC Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Chuka.
Yes, sir. We seem, as a country, we seem to, with the talk, and of course with what we face very recent, there seems to be so many talk as in having it, not to getting it right as it concerns our leadership, selection of leadership. But you, as a political analyst and of course a public affairs analyst, I want you to tell us first of all how you see our selection of leaders. Let's look at let's leave 1993. Let's start from 1999 up to present time of finding ourselves. What would be your rating for selection of leadership, and of course what we see now? How do you try to contrast and compare our leadership performances by politicians?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chuka. I greet the viewers too. Leadership, our leadership recruitment process, to be candid, is negative, because what we have in the country today, the result we are getting is as a result of the leadership that we have. And then from 1999 till date, it has not been rosy in terms of leadership, because leadership is the head that will coordinate every affairs, the political affairs, economic affairs in every sector of the economy. It is leadership, that will coordinate them. It is leadership that will translate them, into commonwealth, wealth creation for the benefit of all. But unfortunately, in the last 20 years or thereabout, we've been having issues with the leadership recruitment process. Another one is coming on board now. I hope and pray that this time around we will get it right. Since the time we got it, democracy in 1999, we've been trying our best, but the first 8 years of this republic is not that good. But I believe that with time, but leadership has become an issue. The process needs to be rejigged. We really need to educate our people. We really need to look out for qualities in our leadership recruitment process.
We have about 18 political parties here.
Yes, at the moment.
Of course, but looking at it predominantly, we have about 3 well-pronounced political parties, of which we have the All Progressive Congress, yes, the ruling party. We have the closely contesting People's Democratic, and of course we have the Labour Party,
and the NNPP
also, NNPP, which is the Rabiu Kwankwaso,
yes,
Kwankwasai movement. And now let's critically look at this group of political parties and of course their candidates. What assessments? Let's start with your own question of the All Progressive Congress. What are the critical issues do you think? What are we looking at? What do you think will be coming on board from that particular angle? Let's start with that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chuka. The candidate of the APC, the presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is an embodiment of good governance, and you know it. If you start by describing him as a patriotic Nigerian. Because for anybody to fight democracy with his own sweat, to fight for democracy with his own sweat, to stand up against the military because of the common good of all, you can classify such a person as a patriot. If you're not patriotic enough, you can't do good things for the country. So for him, before he became governor in Lagos State, he fought for democracy, and the testimonies are there for us to see. So I don't need to bother you with all of those explanations. Now he became the governor of Lagos State. We know how he met Lagos, but today we know how Lagos is. He was able to rule Lagos for 8 years and also left behind a template for good governance, a template for infrastructure, a template for economic development, and that the successive government in Lagos, they've been working on that template. And he also did one thing that is very amiable. He studied the financial strength of Lagos State. It was all low. All he did is he re-engineered the situation by bringing a lot of people back into the tax net without necessarily increasing tax.
Sorry, I'm cutting you. About let's not too emphasize. We've gotten some of the, but most persons are talking about the pairing of the candidature of Ahmed Bola Tinubu and that of Kashim Shettima as it concerns the Muslim ticket. We saw that in 1993 election, but of course we knew how that actually went by. But we're having it now, 2023. How sure and how realistic, for having so many issues surrounding political atmosphere. Of course, the electorate you have then, there are so many persons talking about this same issue of Muslim ticket and the issue of ethnicity that have arose so much in our polity. How do you think that will be able to bring this to book as it concerns the issue of bringing the candidature of the person of Bola and of course of Kashim Shettima? How do you defend that?
Chuka, you and I, we are elite, we are exposed, and we are educated. Enough fairness to Nigerians. The Nigerian electorate, the masses, they are not bothered about either the president is a Muslim or the vice is a Christian. Do you know all they want? Good governance.
So, but what
wait, Chuka, please.
Okay.
Please. Why don't you and I seize this ticket as a southern northern ticket, south and north ticket? When this country was amalgamated, it was amalgamated based on northern protectorate and southern protectorate, not Muslim and Christian protectorate. It is the politician, that lacks understanding, that are bent, in dividing our people. They are the one using this as a tool for negotiation. Chuka, the earlier we begin to think that religion is nothing that will do us good, the better for all of us. Because we need to allow religion to play a background on this political issue. We need to make sure that at this point in time of our life, we build our democracy on competence, we build our democracy on capacity, we build our democracy on experience, not religion. Religion can only take me to heaven. I am a Christian, you are a Christian. If I go to church, I will see God's face, not in the way to Aso Rock. So we should play it down. We should educate our people.
Okay.
We should let them know that religion should be displayed in the background. Okay. It shouldn't be in the forefront. Likewise, ethnicity. Ethnicity should not be allowed. So some of the candidates are using ethnicity to campaign. Some are using religion to campaign. While others are discussing issues. All we need to do is to help the masses, the electorate. Let them see everything on the table. Let them know what everybody has to offer. Let them understand the reason why this is better, this is not better, this is not good. Let them know the situation of the country, and let them know how every candidate, believe that they can manage, the issue of the country. The challenges we are facing is beyond Christianity, Muslim, and all of that. All we need is good governance. Our people want to travel securely. Our people want to get home. They see light. They want to prosecute their business with electricity. They want to travel to the various state with no problem. Fuel everything must be available for them. Infrastructure, everything must. So we need to play down religion.
Well, let's look at 2023 elections. What do you think Nigerians deserve now? What kind of leadership do you think Nigerians, and how do you think we can accomplish that?
Honestly, Nigerians at this point in time, a leader that we need now is a leader that will critically study the current administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. A leader that will understand the nitty-gritty of the current government because it's the most recent. A leader that will be ready to improve on everywhere where Buhari is still working in progress. A leader that will be ready to build on his achievement. Because what Buhari has been able to achieve in so many areas, for example now, this second Niger Bridge is a big achievement for Buhari's government because that one will contribute a lot of economic development to the southeast. You know that about it. It has been fun for a long time, but this government has finished it. So we need a government, that will continue, in that area where we can have a rail network across the country to complement those bridges, those roads. Somebody that will help our youth, in the area of digital economy. Somebody that understands the technology, human network. Somebody that can galvanize, coordinate the numerous resources we have as a country. Somebody that can coordinate it and turn into wealth creation for the people. Somebody that understands how children, how women, should be assisted as a woman, as a mother, as a trader. Somebody that will help them, so that everybody will achieve their aims in life. It is very important that we look for a leader, that has the experience, that has done it before, that has achieved a lot, that we know is antecedent. Because a lot of people have antecedents, but they don't have successful antecedents. They've done some things before, but they are not successful in what they have done before. We need to look for a leader that have done something before and that must have recorded some successes, in those endeavors. All we need to do is to educate our people. Our people must be encouraged to scrutinize the experience of these people, the success they have recorded in life, and the action plan for good governance they have for the country. Nigerians must scrutinize those things. And you journalists, you must help to interrogate some of these things so that Nigeria will be able to form correct opinion as per any of these candidates.
Well, thank you for at least referring to us, having it in mind, or at least journalism, of course, the media people has a lot of role to play. Okay, let's look at so many persons have talked about the morality to questioning our leaders. That most of the electorate do not have the morality because of one particular thing they refer to vote buying. 2023 election, persons have said there might not be, it is not money politics. Can we rule out money politics in 2023 election?
Sure, why not? You can rule it out.
How?
It's unfortunate that we are in this mess of vote buying. But let me assure you of one thing. I will speak for my party. My party is doing a lot at the moment.
No, you can speak in general, as in general context. Of course, if we are looking at the vote buying, are you sure we will be able to rule out
vote buying? Is something that we need to discourage. It must be discouraged. Even if politicians are insisting on using it, as an avenue for them to get votes, we are not helping ourselves as a country. We are not developing our democracy. But we need to continue to educate our people. Civil society group must come around now. INEC and its affiliates, its collaborators must come out now to make sure that we educate our people, our electorate, that vote buying is not something that should be encouraged. And the politicians, you see, in Ekiti, some people were arrested for vote buying. In Osun, people were arrested for vote buying. We should see them in jail now, so that that will serve as deterrent to anybody that they want to toe the line. If INEC is serious about prosecuting credible election in this country, they should have made sure that some people that are arrested for this vote buying thing, they should be in jail now, so that anybody that wants to do such an act, we know that people that did it yesterday, they are currently in jail. So vote buying should be discouraged, and we need to educate our people that vote buying is not a serious thing to be done.
All right, okay. Now let's go to something very critical. There's this talk about restructuring. What's your take on the issue of restructuring? And of course, what is in line with your party has that mindset of we've had so many talks, even within your party, people talk about restructuring. How do you see that?
Restructuring is something that we need to imbibe. It's something that must happen. Because if you are running a federal system of government, there should be more power to the state, devolution of power. The constitution needs to be amended. The exclusive list needs to be unbundled, whereby some of these critical infrastructural development, like power, can go to the state and local government. People can generate electricity in their backyard. Let them generate it, then distribute it, let them transmit it, so that there will be enough power transmission within the country. That will go along with developing our system. Security. Yes, police is this federal law enforcement agent, but we need to allow states, to be in charge of their own security. If it is possible, we need to allow local government to have their own security too. But look at it now. It is staring us in the face now that the reality of this is that we need to restructure. Look at Amateku in the southwest, Obediagu in the east, Obediagu in the east, Neighborhood Watch in Lagos. That is the replicate of state police. People are now using those outfits, to secure themselves within the state. That shows that truly we need state police, which means restructuring is very, very important. Federalism that we claim to be, to be using, we need to make sure that we use it to letter. Federalism is very important. We are federal state. We call ourselves Federal Republic of Nigeria. So more power should go to the state. More responsibility should go to the state, so that more development can reach people directly. So I'm an apostle of restructuring. Well,
viewers at home, I'm still here with Comrade Adeboye Adebayo. Of course, we'll be looking at 2023 election, of course, the quest for quality leadership. Let's go in a short break, and then we'll come back. The program Perspective continues. Welcome back from that ISAPS with Senator Smart Adeyemi. I'm still here with Comrade Adeboye Adebayo, and of course we are looking at the 2023 election, and of course the quest for quality leadership. So let's go to INEC. We've seen recently offices of INEC being burnt down in Osun, and of course somewhere in Abeokuta in Ogun State. What does that? What is the implication of that for us?
It's quite unfortunate that some characters, some elements are still indulging themselves in such an act. It's very unfortunate because it's political. All those issues are politically motivated, and I believe that as a country, we need to desist from doing all of those things. Our national infrastructure should be seen as our commonwealth. Our national infrastructure should be a thing that belongs to all of us. For any reason, should we allow ourselves to be used to destroy some of these things? Those things they destroy in INEC, in Osun, in Abeokuta, they are uncalled for. But I really want to call on the security agent. They need to up their game. They need to build, beef of security around critical infrastructures, INEC offices, INEC materials, even other national infrastructure that is beyond INEC. Because some people are just hell-bent, in destroying this nation. Some people are just tools in the hand of some unscrupulous element, to destroy this country, because I don't know what they will gain there. So all I'm saying is that the security agents should up their game. If they refuse to desist, we should be able to punish them for it. If anybody is arrested in that regard, they should be prosecuted and sent to jail, so that all of these things can stop. But unfortunately, we find it very sad, at this era, that for political reason or whatever reason, some people are burning down critical infrastructure of the country. I mean, that is very sad, and it should not be encouraged. Everything must be done to nip it in the bud.
Now let's look at let's go back to that, proving how we select our leaders. For me, we have political parties. What would be your assessment of how do you think our selection of our leaders? But what would be what kind of improvement do you think we need in selecting our leaders? Not for 2020, we already have candidates, but subsequently, what do you think do we lack in selecting leaders? If you have any to set the level,
we lack only one thing: interest to scrutinize leaders. People that come on board to contest, we don't scrutinize them very well. Instead of us interrogating what they are putting on the table, we follow frivolities. We talk religion, we talk ethnicity, we talk his health is not good, his man is sick, this is that. Those are known issues. Anybody coming on board to serve us as a leader, our people must take it as a duty that in the process of selecting them, we must scrutinize them one by one. What are they bringing to the table? If we have selected leaders based on what they promise us, we will be able to collectively hold them accountable for what they promise. But when people are asking questions, other people are discussing, they don't come to debate. He didn't go to this debate, he didn't go to that debate, this one is sick, this one cannot do it, this one is a thief, this was in court, he has been jailed before. Those are not issues. These people has been cleared by INEC. They are fit for the election. They are campaigning all around. We should drop all those unnecessary issues and begin to interrogate what they are promising us.
Let's get your last advice for electorate, and of course on how to bring the quality leadership come 2023.
What I want Nigerians to do is not to join bandwagon. All we need to do at the moment is to check out all these political leaders, all these candidates at various levels, senators, rep, governors, president. Check all of them, check what they are willing to offer. Score them and go for the best among them. If we should not allow people to be discussing issues that are not that didn't concern us, religion, health, this and that. No. What concerns us is what they are bringing to the table that will affect the fortune and economic development of Nigeria. I want Nigerians to please jettison all those frivolities and follow their mind, study the manifesto, the action plan, experience, and what have you by this candidate, and follow the best of them all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adebayo.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chuka, for having me.
Well, viewers at home, of course, I've been with Comrade Adeboye Adebayo. He's the National Director of Media Publicity, Asiwaju Project Beyond 2023, and of course, he's also the member of Public Affairs Directorate, APC Tinubu Presidential Campaign Council. Welcome. Hope we will invite you sometime. Come again.
Definitely.
Well, viewers, that's all we're having on the program Perspective for this week, and of course, join us same time next week on the program. Until then, my name is Chuka, and of course, enjoy the rest of the program. Bye for now.